Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new rock documentary, Harry Chapin, When in Doubt, Do Something. And this is from director Rick Korn, and the subtitle perfectly captures the perspective that Chapin had on the world, and I feel like this documentary expertly captures this man, his personality, and I think that's one of the most engaging aspects of this film is that we really get to get a feel of who this singer-songwriter was, this storyteller. And that's one of the biggest focal points of this film, is capturing that reason why Chapin stood out so much amongst his peers and in the musical landscape of the time, is that storytelling. As somebody who hasn't always had a close relationship with their father, Cat's Cradle was always a song when I was growing up that struck a chord. And just the ability that Chapin had of telling that story, pulling us in, painting that picture, was so inspiring. And this documentary has a couple focal points over the course of its 90 minutes. It's a biography, so it does hit the Wikipedia-esque kind of structure of narrative of like, this is when he was younger, and this is how he got into music, and this is how he got big, and you have all those beats. Unfortunately, getting up to his untimely demise, which, just from like a pacing standpoint, felt like that kind of, like, bam! It came up real quick. And it's interesting how the film shifted in that third act or so of this documentary. But for the parts that we are focusing on Chapin and during his life, they have the whole section on the cultural impact of Cat's Cradle, and it shows all these clips from all these shows and movies. And it's real. This song struck such a chord because it is such a relevant and such a relatable experience for many people who were missing out on that connection. And unfortunately, those that have gotten too busy and are missing out on those moments in their children's lives. And then it's too late. And that song speaks so deeply, but it's so impactful because how Chapin tells it. And we get that. We feel the influences, we understand the influences. One of my favorite parts of this film is Billy Joel talking about him and his influences and why he's so great. And then we get this third act of this film where it really digs into his legacy and the impact and how people remember him. And I feel like that section was what kind of elevated this film a bit from just your standard documentary biopic affair. Why I really enjoyed this, and that pushed that above, adding that legacy and capturing that legacy in an impactful and poignant way. And in general, I'm a huge fan of rock docs. Love them. Love music documentaries. This one struck a chord with me. I really liked it. Like I said, in many ways it is more standard affair, but it hits that chord that connects with you and takes you to the next level. But those are my thoughts on Harry Chapin. When in doubt, do something. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.